Well, hello there. Welcome or welcome back. My name is Julie, and I am currently on a digestive health journey, a diagnostic journey. So, good news, bad news. Well, the main good news is hey, I'm here, you're here, we're alive, and that is really good news. That is wonderful. So, I meant to record this yesterday, but that did not happen. So here we are now. I am in bed. I have taken my, look at this, I have like ginormous ears. It's my Mickey pillow. I have taken my muscle relaxers and whatnot, so taken a break. I've spent the morning in the bathroom. It has been rough. It's been really rough. So I went to the doctor. That was Thursday? And we did blood work and talked and, everything. And he called me Thursday night at like 8:45 p.m. I see the clinic number and I'm like, what the hell? I answer it and it's the doctor himself. No one, not nobody, not no one wants a call at night from the doctor himself. Okay? Nobody wants that. Because, I mean, come on, your first reaction, you're going to be terrified that the doctor himself is calling you at almost 9 o'clock at night. And the tone of his voice and all of it, he's like, so how are you doing? Guys, I was scared out of my mind. He starts into, we got some of the results of your blood tests, which right away was like, wait, what? Because what they had told me in the lab when I was getting the blood draws, they're like, yeah, you should hear back results next week. Yeah, next week. And here he's calling me that night. And I'm like, I stopped him. I interrupted. I'm like, listen, doctor, you're calling me the same day that I had these blood draws at almost 9 o'clock at night. I'm scared. What is going on? And so then he apologizes and apologizes. He's like, no, I'm sorry. I was in the urgent care today and I wanted to get a hold of you, before I forgot and to make you aware of some stuff. Sorry I scared you. Like, oh my God. Look, I love this doctor. He's wonderful, but oh my God. Can you just start the conversation with, hey, don't freak out. I just want to call and make you aware of some stuff. Anyway, they were measuring, I guess, several things in my blood, but one of them was inflammation. Well, two different types of inflammation, like acute and long-term. And we won't find out one of them till next week. That won't be till next week. But the other, the SED rate, he had already found out. And it's double what it's supposed to be. Well, a little more than double what it's supposed to be. Which means there's some real inflammation going on in my body. Which actually is the good news. Because what that means is, most importantly, this is not all in my head. Isn't that wonderful? This is not just some mama needs to relax. No. Mama's sick. There is something so important about validation, especially as a woman with a health concern. I know so many of you know what I'm talking about. And how so often we end up with like a 1922 perspective thrown at us with the, hysteria. No. Mama's sick. So what kind of sick? Well, I don't know. One of the things he wanted to make sure I knew was that he ordered a CT scan, um, because of the inflammation. And a CT scan would be able to see if I have like diverticulitis. It might also be able to see if there's ulcerative colitis. And he wanted to make me aware because the people that schedule the CT scan would be calling me, which they have. And he didn't want me to get that phone call and be like, what the hell, what scan? What are you talking about? And so he wanted to make me aware of that. So the referral lady from the clinic did call me yesterday, and now I'm waiting to hear from the hospital. Well, no, we're doing it at an imaging center, not at the hospital. But anyway, for them to call me, and she said if they didn't call me by Monday, to go ahead and call them, so we can hurry and, get this done. And what that will do. Oh, so that's why he another reason he wanted to make sure that I was aware, of that. So anyway, the nice thing is that it can confirm a couple of conditions, the diverticulitis and possibly the ulcerative colitis. And I was like, okay, so that means we don't need to do a colonoscopy then. And he was like, well, no, not necessarily. He was like, ideally, yeah, we'll get the answers between, the rest of the blood work and the CT scan. And then if it's like diverticulitis, that's an infection, and you start treating it with antibiotics. Now, I wish personally that he would have just gone ahead and started me on the antibiotics, because if that is what it is, then the sooner the better. Start treating it before it, does something bad, like, which is really bad. Diverticulitis is these little pockets of infection, and they can burst, which is not good, as you can imagine. It releases like stuff from the guts out into your body if that happens. So that's obviously worst case scenario. But I mean, I also would like to not be on these meds and to be able to just function normally as a human and to get this, get on our way to healing. So it would be nice to go ahead and just get started, right, on the antibiotics. But he wants to confirm that and rule out other stuff and whatever. So anyway, the CT scan should be able to help with that. But then, like I said, I was like, okay, so then, that means no colonoscopy. And he's like, no, hopefully this will get all the info we need from the CT scan. But be aware that depending on what it confirms or doesn't confirm, we might still need to do a colonoscopy, because depending on if it's ulcerative colitis, they're going to want a biopsy. Or if they see anything else, funky or funny, then we'll need to do a biopsy. And so please do not automatically jump to cancer. Okay, yes, now I'm actually saying it out loud because I'm in a much more comfortable place and feeling very confident that that's not what's going on. So I'm mentally and emotionally feeling okay with saying that. Guys, I watched my daddy die from cancer, so it is a hard one for me to say. Okay, it's just a thing. All right. But I really am not worried that it's anything like that. I'm not. Okay. I mean, is that a possibility? Of course it is. But is it likely? No. So, yeah, there is the possibility that we would need to still have the colonoscopy. That would happen in the next few weeks. I have got to at least get Olivia done with her day treatments. Just a sec. Yeah, anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, I've got to at least get Olivia through day treatment. I have to at least get through that, because that's really hard to miss a day of that. And then, anyway, it is what it is. And so I asked, well, can we at least wait a few weeks for the colonoscopy? And especially depending on what we find with the CT scan. Obviously, if the scan shows something emergent, and we're, this is vital, we do something, whatever, we've got to do the colonoscopy. Well, of course, then I'm going to do whatever we have to do to get that done. Okay. Of course, I promise. Okay. But if possible, I would like to have that be, a few weeks out. Just, yeah. Now, ideally, we'll have the CT scan and they'll be like, oh, yep, it's diverticulitis. Let's get you started on the antibiotics. And then I see the gastroenterologist in like a week and a half. So hopefully we'll have the CT scan done by then, and I'll have started the antibiotics. And then it's a matter of going to this, specialist and him being like, yep, that's a great plan. Let's keep at it. Here's my thoughts and contributions to it and whatever. That's the hope. Okay. And that, until I have any other reason to think otherwise, that is what I am counting on, and that is what I am hoping for. It does no good to borrow trouble or to worry about things that, whatever. Am I concerned? Am I scared? Yes. Let's be honest, okay? My body is doing really weird, really painful, really horrible things. And so, of course, I'm human. I'm worried. I'm in pain. That just is what it is. But I'm not going to worry myself more, because that does no good. I am being responsible. I'm drinking tons of water. I'm resting so much that it's driving me crazy. I'm bored out of my mind. I'm sleeping way more than I would like to. A lot of that is just because of the meds. It's frustrating for me. It's frustrating for my family, for my husband, but there's not a damn thing I can do about it. This isn't the kind of thing where mind power or whatever does any good. You can't will yourself to feel better and to be able to do the things that you want to do. That doesn't work. That's not. I'm crazy, but not lazy. Seriously, I'm going to get that put on a cup, a mug, a coffee mug, of course. You can't just will yourself to be able to function and to participate and to, much as I would like to. And I'm trying to stay present with the kids and the family and everything. And especially where, it's Easter weekend and all of that, but I can only do what I can do. And I don't need to feel bad for not participating. Sorry, I don't want to overshare here and put too much of my own business out there. I know I'll talk all about my guts and bathroom, behaviors, but don't want to go into these other more personal things. It is what it is. Anyway, that is the plan. So yeah, good news is I'm not imagining it. It's real. Something is going on. The bad news is that we're not getting it treated right away, and now I've got to have a CT scan. And the good news and bad news are actually pretty much the same thing. Something is wrong. Something's wrong. Mama's sick. And that's never a good thing. So anyway, thank you for coming along on this digestive health journey with me. I am so grateful for the support and the kindness, the empathy, the commiseration, all of it, the fellowship, all of it through this. I'm going to close my eyes and rest for a little bit, and then go and try to spend some time with the kids and get outside for a little while. We'll talk to you soon.